Thank you.
And let's go up here.
It had a lot of it.
Well,
So it was. Nice.
I'll try to stay stubborn. The citizens of Hardin County wish to know why things are held so close. They really don't know where you guys stand on this pipeline. They're against the pipelines. They're against the liberties of losing what they have, a constitutional right, and they feel that our representation down in Iowa, in Des Moines, in the General Assembly, is not moving forward with some key critical bills because there's too much power, there's too much money, and there's corruption. There's fraud. There is no statute of limitation on fraud. And they feel that you guys may be compromised. And I'm here as a voice, not speaking necessarily on my own behalf, but on many landowners. If in the future fraud is found out, you guys will be held responsible. Okay? So, yeah, you can smirk all you want, Mr. BJ. So I want to say, how come you guys are not employing Mr. Whipple to work alongside Mr. Myers and stand for we the people? You can smirk still, and it'll be noted that you are smirking. People don't trust you, BJ.
Robert, I'm gonna interrupt you. We are engaged with Mr. Whipple, so do you want to apologize?
I just talked to Mr. Whipple this morning. Okay. Okay, you guys had interface for that December 13th
Okay,
intervention. You guys not have filed objections. You have filed a letter to intervene, and you are not working for we the people. Okay? I'm actively looking for somebody to replace you on this board.
okay,
Okay?
yep,
You two just got in there. We want to see action. We want to see the setbacks increase. 300 feet is not enough. 400 feet is not enough. I read some stuff today from North Dakota, and they put a setback of 1.5 miles from homes. 1.5 miles, 500 from other buildings. You guys are elected to represent we the people. And I will stand emotional, in distress for all those people that I talk to out there. They want to see transparency. They want to see a coordinated effort against these pipelines. They don't want you in Rastetter's pocket and Navigator's pocket. And if it comes out, like I said, in the future, you guys will be held responsible. Any catastrophic effect that happens, because it's not just eminent domain, it's the safety about it all. When you look at the safety, if California has issued a moratorium on these pipelines until sometime in 25, why can't you here in the county do something similar? A resolution. Negotiations between these pipeline companies and the individuals are not being sought out in a fair manner. Someone has been seen to lie through their teeth, and they coerce these landowners on these easements. We want to see 100% voluntary easement and nothing more. Other counties have passed similar resolutions. You guys can do it too.
which counties?
It's out in the public forum. I don't have them right here in front of me. A county commissioners in North Dakota. February 7 vote, increase the setback to 2 miles from city limits and 1.5 miles from any established residence. It also approved a setback of 500 feet from other buildings. Previously, Emmons County had increased fees for conditional use permits that Summit will need to pay 3% of the total project cost, which could amount to $135 million for the $4.5 billion project. And the county also said 100% voluntary easements. It was already stated in the paper that if Des Moines legislators in the General Assembly fail to act, they will look at you guys. You guys can implement these ordinances. You guys can save the freaking state from these pipelines. And we implore you to examine where do you stand? Where do you stand on this equation? Do you stand with those greedy corporations making $4.5 billion? Or do you stand for the residents and constituents of this county that have elected you? You don't fear the lawsuits. Don't fear the lawsuits. You have the power. You got ARPA money there. Hire Mr. Whipple and get ordinances enacted to save this area. That is all. Thank you.
Lance, I'm gonna go ahead and respond, if you don't mind.
It is public comment. You want to respond? You get that right.
I do. So safety wise, I know Sheriff McDaniel and Thomas Creighton have been involved in discussion about the safety aspects, Robert. I know you don't believe that the three of us care about this. We are engaged. I made sure the hazmat team in Waterloo engaged with pipeline companies at their safety meetings. So you can't say that we don't care. The fact that we
Should I let you
no,
speak entirely, or should I address every point that you make?
you'll have to ask the chair. Okay,
Robert, you're done. There is no, he's just saying, he's just responding.
okay. The fact that the transparency, there are things in Iowa code that we are held to maintain between our county attorney and other attorneys that we've engaged in, including Tim Whipple. Okay, we have an engagement with Tim Whipple. All right, so I think your statement there is unfounded and inaccurate. So legally, by Iowa Code, Chapter 21, there's things that we can't talk about. And one of them is litigation, Robert. Okay, we just met last week in closed session about litigation. We've met prior times. So to, again, accuse the three of us for not looking out for the people of Hardin County, whether it's in regards to this pipeline, whether it's in regards to a road matter, a personnel matter, that's not accurate. So I will. You say we're compromised. Okay, you just said that up here. It's a very unfair statement. I know that Lance has had a conversation with you. I've had a conversation with you about the pipelines. And you know what? We are doing our due diligence. County Attorney Meyer had a conversation with you. What we're doing and what we're not doing, we can't explain all of it. But to accuse a board of 3 people that work very hard for the people of Hardin County, inaccurate. You can't accuse us of that. Okay? Next, when you talk about we the people, are you talking about we the people, or are you the person, or are you the handful of people that are against this? But what about the people that have signed easement agreements? What about those people? Do they have any rights according to you? According to you, they don't. According to you, their concerns to Lance, Renee, and I don't have any standing because you're going to be the louder, most vocal group. So I'm not taking a side here, but we are working for you. So the accusations that we don't care about the safety couldn't be any less true. The fact that you believe we're compromised and been bought out by big business couldn't be less true. Look at these two just ran for county supervisor, and look at their campaign finance disclosures. They ran a shoestring campaign on money. I don't believe any of these corporations or their PACs donated to Lance or Renee. So to stay over compromised and being bought out by big companies, not true either. So to get up here and act in a bully pulpit manner, that doesn't get your message across. Your approach is horrible. You've been told numerous times, we are working for equity along these lines. Yet again and again, you want to come up here, raise your voice, get mad, make accusations. And some of those accusations are downright slanderous. I've asked you numerous times, you want the county to come in here and change ordinances. Ordinances that in Story and Shelby County have landed them in federal court. And you want us to use American Recovery Act funding to defend the county against something that we know is going to end us up in court? It's like me going out here and say, hey, Dave, Sheriff Daniel, I'm gonna do 100 down the street here in the school zone. I'll just wait for the ticket, I'll meet you at your office. It's not prudent. But yet the one thing that I've asked you before, if this is such a big deal, why aren't people putting their own money up to fight this? We can't fight something that a lot of our people have signed voluntary easements. I think saying that whomever from Summit have been unfair, unreasonable, I don't see that. I've heard from the people that have signed, they were very equitable, they were very personable, they were kind. I've heard that some of the people that don't want it, yeah, they were kind, they said no and haven't had any engagement since. So to stand up here and again, make accusations is unfair and unfounded. So knowing all the things that you came up here and accused the Board of Supervisors, essentially accused County Attorney Meyer, accused, indirectly our sheriff and our emergency management coordinator of, it takes a lot of the credibility of your argument away. So, to threaten, I'm going to find somebody to run against you, that's fine, and that's your right. But to do it in an accusatory manner, that's uncalled for and unnecessary. Lance,